They would network and exchange confidences, and would witness another stunning success from the party's scientists. He had, but he thought it justifiable, somewhat egged it. There had been flutters of hesitation from the scientists responsible for developing the new system. It had involved an extraordinary degree of contour photography as a replacement for the satellite's signals. Their little pinched faces might have indicated a perception of caution, but they had not spoken. At planning meetings, he had taken the lead, demanding that this latest technology be displayed. In his address, he had not shied away from taking responsibility for the decision not merely to talk to these distinguished guests about the advancement of the guidance systems, but also to demonstrate the triumph of the party's commitment to a successful invasion of the breakaway island. For generations, the military had planned the conquest of Taiwan, and now would demonstrate its ever greater feasibility. He had taken the lead, had banished those moments of hesitancy, had stamped on any caution. Too late now for the guests to seek a quick comfort break in the luxury portable toilets at the back of the stand. Colonel Jiang Dong would be recognized as an officer of decisive leadership, a man marked for rapid advancement. 1 minute remained until the strike, and in seconds the missile, 4 meters long, would appear. The twittering from the guests had ceased. The customized binoculars issued for the occasion, each pair stamped with the crest of the Liberation Army, were already scanning the horizon. The target for the missile strike was 2.5 kilometers from the viewing stand, in front of which Colonel Jiang Dong stood. He was erect, chest out, shoulders back, regretting that the desert grit had discoloured the shiny caps of his army boots, but gazed ahead of him, his back now to the assembly. He had been assured it would happen, had no reason nor inclination to doubt it. The missile would impact as programmed. There, too, the colonel had claimed some credit. He had commissioned a plywood replica built by a carpentry team at Jurier of the presidential office building in the secessionist capital of Taipei. Above it flew the limp flag used on that island, red and blue and with a full sun. Pathetic, because it was supposed to represent liberty and democracy. Ludicrous. The missile had no explosive charge in the warhead, but on coming down, destroying the flimsy construction, there would be a fierce flash, and then a pall of dark smoke. The sequence would be captured by official cameras, and he had already noticed that many of the guests had brought their own. He thought he heard the distant first trace on the engine. He felt a surge of the supreme sense of optimism that ruled the life of Colonel Jiang Dong. His features took on a mask of what he assumed to be an image of duty, appropriate for a man who strove only to increase the power and status of the party. He imagined how it would be the following day when he returned to his home and saw his wife and held his children, and all of them would read the satisfaction on his face that spoke of a job well done. The enemy could block GPS signals, jam and deflect and obstruct, but a new system was about to be demonstrated. He stiffened in pride. He held no binoculars, relied only on his eyesight, and heard a collective gasp behind him. Its pitch rose, and the satisfaction on his face froze, the mood of triumph strangled. The missile was not heading for the plywood building. It seemed to swerve, breaking away from the pencil-straight line of travel. A scream came from behind him and rang shrill in his ears. He gazed at the missile hurtling in his direction. The ground below him was like concrete, covered with a sheen of sand and grit. No chance of it opening, swallowing him. He could hear